Hello and welcome back to another video. So something a little different today. This is a fabric spray which I spray on my clothes to make them smell nice after a wear or so, or just to get, cooking smells or whatever smells you want to get off. Really good fabric spray from Dirt. However, because this has been in my bag and has gone through some trips, it has cracked. The lid has had it, and also the spray bit has had it, but I've just put some tape over that. And because I'm a nerd and a geek, we are going to 3D print a new one of these. Here it is, and it fits perfectly over that. So I'm going to show you how I did this. So first of all, I had to take some measurements. 45 millimeters high, 27.2. Okay, now I'm in an app called Tinkercad, which is an online 3D design program. And this is my completed model, and I'll show you how to do it from the beginning. So I know my measurements. What I'm going to do is create the cap. So this is just using the cylinder object. We drag it onto the canvas here, and we hover over these measurements. So I know that the diameter was about 28 millimeters. So I'll change that to 28, and we're going to do the other side as well, just to make it even. 28 millimeters. And then we need to make sure it's 45 millimeters high. There we go. But that is a solid cylinder. We don't want to print a solid cylinder. We need to make a hole in there. So what we do is we need to make a hole. So we select cylinder again. This time up the top, we select our cylinder and we make sure it's a hole. Okay, so I've got the hole, and we need to set the dimensions of it to fit inside this, leaving the outer shell and the lid. So we're going to make it a little bit smaller. So my diameter for this was 28. We'll make this 26 millimeters. 26. We'll make this side the same. There we go. And the height, we need to make it a little bit shorter so we have the lid. If we made it the same size or a bit bigger, it will just be a hole right through the whole thing. So we'll make this 42. There we go. So now we have to put the hole into this. So what we do is we select both objects and we press L to align. We kind of hover over. I haven't really mastered this bit, but if you kind of like find the dot by hovering over, maybe I need to rotate my canvas. Like there, no, there. Got to click on one of these dots and it kind of goes in the middle. No, try again. I'm still very new to all this. Did that go inside it? Looked like it did. Yeah, it's inside it, but it's kind of not straight. So if I kind of click on the... There we go. I clicked on the inner circle bit, and just make sure it's in the middle. Doesn't mean to be perfect for this lid. And then I select them both again and I press group. So up the top here, or Control G, group. Now we see the whole. It's merged into one unit. See that? There's the solid top. And if we rotate underneath, we've got the whole. So in my other version, I had it flipped the other way around, but it doesn't matter. You can flip it when you get into the slicer. Okay, so when I export this, export it to an STL file, and you bring it to your desktop. Then I open a program called Cura. This is a slicing program, and you have parameters in it to set for your printer. So mine's set for the easy to read K10. It's a toy printer. It's very small. And here you can do whatever you want to it. So you can like rotate it, print in whatever orientation you want. But I want the lid to go on the bottom, because if I'm printing it, printing the thing on top, it's going to be printing into thin air and it'll need supports. So if I just print it the other way around, I'll have the strong base first, which is the lid, and the rest of it will go on top really easily. And if I ever need to make it bigger or smaller, I don't have to go into Tinkercad anymore. I can just scale it. So if I wanted to make it 200% bigger, there it is. Easy. If I needed to make little tiny adjustments, I can do them here as well. And then I am going to print it with 6 layers for top and bottom, and with infill density of 20. And this is just from trial and error of lots of different prints. And then, yeah, you can move it anywhere you want on the print bed to print, corner, whatever. But I always like to do it in the center. Then you click slice, and then it tells you an approximate how long it's going to take. But I found that for my printer, this is not very accurate. I think it takes twice as long as what it says here. Then you save it to disk, and I save it to a G-code file. Yeah, you have to save it to a G-code file, right? And then you take that file, put it on your SD card, and put it into your printer. And then you print it, and what will come next is the time lapse of it printing.
12 seconds later.
So having a 3D printer isn't all just about printing toys, little figurines. You can actually do practical things like this. Replacing a lid, which sounds pretty trivial, but how awesome is that? I didn't have to throw this out and get a new bottle itself. I just printed my own and it fits perfectly. And that's all I can say. I'm really proud of this. And Dirt, if you're looking for a sponsor, I'll be more than happy to promote your products. Catch you in the next video.